Hello everyone. The latest crop circle, I decided to put 5 of them together instead of just one because it makes sense to put all 5. It has a meaning. If you put them together, it makes more sense than if you just do one. And so, of course, these pictures, you can find them on cropcircleconnector.com, and they will all appear in the UK. I'll put the link for the crop circle connectors and the people who posted these pictures. They're usually the same people. They're famous, and for a good reason. They go through a lot of work, and it costs them money to go in some kind of a small plane or helicopter to get these pictures from above. The first crop circle, it appeared June 30th, and you'll see a big circle, and then you have 8 little circles, and they represent the sun. Of course, I'm giving you my interpretation, might not be yours, so I'm going to tell you just my interpretation. Maybe it will waken up to your own interpretation. There's a big circle, and then you have 8 little smaller circles, but they go from bigger to smaller, and they seem to go inside a vortex. Okay, now what I see here is basically that we're entering the vortex, so 0 point, okay, which it will take place according to here is we're going to go deep into it by March of next year. Okay, so count March of next year is going to be huge. The entrance of our sun in alignment with the giant suns, the Sirius and Alcyon. These are the 2 huge giant suns. It's going to be in alignment, and it's going to take place 2012. But according to this circle, this crop circle, it looks like get ready, March of next year. And then the next crop circle, you'll see, excuse me, you'll see a star. Now, when in the video you'll see numbers, so you know which one I'm talking about. So I was speaking about number 1 as entering into the vortex of 0 point. And now the next one is very interesting because it looks like a star, right? And what came to my mind immediately was Ashtar, and I found Ishtar, the goddess Ishtar. She was the first, basically goes back to the Sumerians, one of the first gods. And back then the gods used to be females. It was women were the goddesses. There were no men gods. And even in Egyptian time, it took a woman to make a man basically king. Okay, so it was always the women at the matriarchal, society, civilization, until about the modern religion with the Kabbalah. That's when they made women bad. The one who created Eve, the evil woman who tempted the poor guy with an apple. And of course it has to be a serpent. And why did they create that? Because the serpent is very, very sacred in ancient history. It goes way back to the Sumerians, the Egyptians. The serpent represents the Kundalini. It's in your spine. That's how the knowledge is. Your knowledge and your DNA activation comes from the Kundalini. Your spine. That's how you work to get the Kundalini out. That's how you work. That's how you talk to God. The universe is through your spine. It connects to the pineal gland, and that's where the chakras are located. And so somehow they made the serpent, the Kundalini, evil, and then they made women evil too. They're very evil. You can't trust them. They tempt you with an apple. So that was from modern. I would say after the Kabbalah, during the Kabbalah, ancient Kabbalah, that's when they also forbidden you to use the word God. That's where you see Yahweh without vowels. You're not supposed to use the vowels, just the consonants. That's another thing, because the vowels is how you are able to get out of your body and be in contact with the energy, higher energy, God, with the pronunciations of the vowels. You'll hear like Om, Om, Ra, Ma, all those sounds. It's a very sacred, the vowels. But the Kabbalah at the time, and then with the Romans, they forbid people to use them, And it was then that they decided that you needed a middle guy to talk to God. Before that, you were able to talk to God on your own. You didn't need the broker. In any case, I found this very interesting because it's Ishtar, sounds like Ashtar. And the symbol of this goddess was a star like this, And so I'm going to go now to number 3, and then I'll explain how everything makes sense. Number 3, you see a spaceship, okay? And it has little ones. You can see the little ones, and then you see the big one, the mothership. And then you see the little ships next to it. And then you have the 4th one. You can see 2 solar systems merging together, okay? And then the next one, which will be basically number 5, you see a sunflower with a sparrow inside, okay? And now the sunflower, if you go back to the Fibonacci numbers, is this the secret? That's the secret of the universe, unquote secret, but it was out there for us to see. That's the secret, that's how God speaks through math, and geometry. That's the language of God. It's geometry. And so you have the sunflower, right? Okay, now I'm going to put them together because I only have a few minutes with YouTube. And I thank them anyway to at least they give me 50 minutes. Now I'll put them together, and it comes like this. With the first one, they're telling us we're going to enter 0 point. Remember, it doesn't mean you're finished, it means you're entering. You enter. And it takes, maybe until 2013 to get finished with that vortex. So we're entering in about 8 months. Then you have the Ishtar, that it sounds like Ashtar. Ishtar, the goddess of Ishtar. So that means we are also going, not only we are, it's already the goddess, meaning the earth is now a matriarchal, it's not any more patriarchal, no more men, turn society, civilization is going to turn more, go back to the ancient civilization where you appreciated women, no more. It's going to be more run by that intuitive side. And it could be a guy, but guys have the female side too. So it doesn't have to be that women are going to be in charge of this. It just means that men will be more sensitive. They won't be the mentality of war, fighting, and let's kill them. It will be more like a mother, And then you see the mothership, and it's basically telling us that all those little lights that you see, they're all coming from this mothership, and so it's arriving. It's arriving, definitely it's arriving. And the last one is the Photon Belt, the alignment of our sun with the giant suns. So I get it to, if I put it together, I get it very simple. And then the sunflower, of course. The sunflower is very important because the sunflower, it was the origin of the sunflower is Mexico and Central America, the Aztecs and all these native of Central America. They even in North America, it was the symbol of God. The sunflower represented God, which you already know. Our God is the sun. That's why they call it the Son of God, but then they change it into the O instead of the U. And so you see here the basically going back to we're going back to the future, but with more of a evolved spiritual mentality. We're going to go into fifth dimension, but yet going back to our roots, which is You know about the Aztecs and the Mayans, that kind of mentality. And so I would say that, they're telling us that expect something by March 2012. You will definitely see something. If not, the mothership, everything is going to change completely. Not only our mentality is going to change more into the goddess, and it's going to change us completely, all of us, not just certain people, but everybody's going to change. The civilization, our education, everything is going to change. We're entering 0 point. That means we're going to start brand new with this new goddess. Of course, when I say goddess, remember, it's a metaphor. It doesn't mean there's going to be a god woman. Please, it's just going to be a metaphor for the more of a nurturing, motherly, and that also can go for men. And so, in any case, have a great, I guess, night. It's already nighttime, but I'll post some of the links for the pictures, and just remember, I'll also post some of the history of the sunflower and Ashtar. Look out for Ashtar. Ashtar is lily. It became lily for the Babylonians, but before that, to the Sumerians, it was Ashtar, and then it became lily, and then with modern, the modern religion, it became Eve. But with the modern religion, they made her into this evil woman, But before that, she was honored and loved, and So I'll put some links so you can read the history of all this. Have a good night.